Hey, what's going on this week?
Hey, let me show you. Welcome to this week's edition of Monday Memos. So we are averaging about 81 patients a day for the month of April for volume-wise in the emergency department, and we are admitting around 4 patients to our observation unit a day. So let's start off by saying Happy Lab Week, and we're going to go over to Rada to show you guys some really cool things.
Hi everybody, it's Rada over in the lab. I just wanted to let you guys know this is Lab Week, so we are just celebrating all of our people that work in the laboratory throughout our system. I wanted to thank you guys so much for the card you sent us. It was awesome and we loved it and made us feel really special. I also wanted to invite you to 2 things that we're having this week. We're going to have some open houses both on Wednesday and Friday from 9 to 11. So I hope you guys come by the laboratory. It'll be a great opportunity to take a closer look at what we do. We'll have some really cool things for you to see. Real quick, I just wanted to talk to you about the receiving process, about when we get labels, specimens in the laboratory and how we label them. The process is actually different based on the kind of labels you guys send us. So if we get something like a generic label, we actually have to go into our system and reprint a label for each individual sample. So not the whole group of samples for a patient, but each individual tube has to get a label reprinted, and it takes a little extra time. Now, when you guys send us the real bridge labels, it's super fast. All we have to do is scan it and put it to spin or put it directly on the machine. It saves us a lot of time and we really appreciate that.
Just a reminder that we now have the care navigators in our department. This initiative is to ensure that we never discharge a patient and that we are transitioning their care and making sure that they're getting the follow-up that they need. Please be intentional when you guys are doing your initial assessment and checking the box that they would like to see a care navigator, and that we are actually asking the patient and explaining to them what they are going to be doing and what the care navigator is going to do to help them. I just wanted to remind you guys about us using protocols. So in the event that we do draw blood and the provider hasn't been in to see the patient yet, just make sure that we are inserting protocols. So when we do go to bridge the lab specimens, that we do have the correct label. It's not a generic one, it's the correct one. And then also if a patient comes in with stroke-like symptoms, this was a big thing because we just had a variance on a stroke alert, that we are taking the time to put the protocol in if that patient does meet those requirements for code gray, stroke alert, and they have those symptoms. So instead of waiting for a doctor, which takes minutes and time is tissue, we're going ahead and putting that protocol in for them. If you guys have any questions regarding putting that protocol in, just let me know. Dr. Bennett, he'll be happy to answer any of those questions, but we do need to make sure that we get them to CT in a very timely manner. Jessica and I are also going to be conducting some special chart audits, and we're going to pick a topic to really focus in on. Our first one's going to be vital signs. We do need to make sure that we do vital signs on our patients in a timely manner. Sometimes our patients can't be discharged home, or a discharge order will not be placed until vital signs are put in. If you have a patient that's a level 1 or a level 2, vital signs need to be put in a lot more frequently with that. And I'm going to walk you through some of the changes that are coming and that we're going to be auditing. So just as a reminder, there is a new icon when a cardiac monitor is ordered. And then there's also going to be a red star that's going to appear if it's been 15 minutes and the order has not been completed. Upon arrival, the patients must be placed on the cardiac monitor in a timely manner. What does that mean? The goal is in 15 minutes or less that the patient is placed on the monitor, and we are also going to be printing a rhythm strip and placing it on the chart. We're going to be working through this and determining if we can have our Huck friends help us with this process, but we're going to go ahead and put it on the huddle board as an electric eel to determine how we can make sure that rhythm strips are printed on every patient that has a cardiac monitor ordered, and that they are printed every 2 hours while the patient is still here under cardiac monitoring observation. Also, we have already rolled this out, but bedside introduction is a a non-negotiable that we have to make sure is happening, and that we do bedside handoff to ensure that the patients have been updated of any delays, what's going on, and that the nurse can also just do a quick check on the patient to make sure they are still doing okay. All critical vital signs must be communicated to the provider within 15 minutes. The provider communication form also should be filled out. It's an ad hoc, and the A&Ms can help you guys if you have any trouble finding them. And then also as a last resort, you can use a time to vent note. Vital signs, a reminder just to make sure that any patient who is an ESI level 1 and 2 must have vitals at a minimum of every hour. More often if they are medically necessary, but all others must have vitals at a minimum of every 2 hours. You guys can look at the policy 155.022 if you guys have any questions with that. So like I said, Jessica and I are going to be doing some more intentional chart auditing with this topic. So some of you guys may have noticed that some of our security officers have been carrying extra tools and gear. Ken's going to go over them each, a different one, week by week, and explain to us what they do, what would happen if one of those tools are used, and how we can help as a team and make sure that we stay safe and our patients stay safe. So I'm going to give it over to Ken now.
So most security officers carry oleoresin capsicum, OC spray as it's called, law enforcement grade, pretty strong. We spray it to the face, 3 seconds, generally comes out as a gel. When the gel hits, gets in the eyes, it's supposed to blind them, create some pain. It's more a pain compliant because it distracts the individual from whatever they're doing so we can gain control. It sprays probably a good 10 to 12 feet and it'll leave an orange reddish mark on the person, and it is pretty strong. So as you see when you spray, it'll dissipate. And then if it's sprayed on anything, leaves that orange mark. The washing is just constant water. If you have baby shampoo, that's the only other thing recommended is baby shampoo and water.
Well, that's all I have for you guys on this week's edition of Monday Memos.